Hello and welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me live and, of course, on the replay. For those of you who are catching me on the replay, let me know you're here so that I can send you some love and, of course, answer any questions that you might have. My name is Cindy. I am a quantum numerologist and wealth activator, and I work with an organization that is passionate about helping us to reclaim our personal power so that we can create more prosperity, so that we can understand and express our purpose in the world, and so that we can open ourselves up to absolute possibility. So let's take a look at this week. Just like we can predict the weather, so too can we predict the energetic consciousness that we will be experiencing so that we can leverage that to our advantage. And this week, the week of September 13th, 2021, how is it already the middle of September? What just happened? As we dive into September 13th, this week is really all about, do you love your results or not? And really understanding that it's about calling ourselves higher. If we don't like our results, we're not at the whim of the weather, we're not at the whim of the energy, we're not at the whim of the moon, we're not at the whim of our emotions and our thoughts. Our superpower as a human being is the ability to choose. It's called free will. And we get to choose if we are going to stay in lack. We get to choose if we're going to feel shitty. We get to choose if we're going to be inspired and express ourselves out in the world. We get to choose all of that. And so it's important for us to recognize that when we start seeing results and the evidence landing into our world, or we start feeling a certain way due to outside circumstances, it's really important to recognize that if there's something that you don't love, choose differently. Because as creators of our reality, we are creating it and perceiving it. So if you don't like what you perceive, choose to create differently. Now, if you do love what you see, amplify for more. Call yourself higher. Call yourself higher all week long. We do not have to stay stuck, ever. We don't ever have to stay stuck. We can evolve, we can shift, we can change in any area of our life. If there is something that's showing up in your life that you're unhappy about, here is your moment. This week is all about calling yourself higher. You don't have to call yourself from down here to up here. Call yourself 1% higher. If you notice that maybe there's something happening in your bank account that you're not in love with, maybe there's a whole bunch of bills that are behind and you're due, and you're caught up in lack, and you're caught up in the stress of how you're going to pay these bills. What if just for a moment you chose to feel wealthy? What if just for a moment you could add 1% more gratitude for the bill that needs to be paid? What if just for a moment you could be 1% richer? Your richness, your wealth, your money is a direct reflection of your internal flow. So create more flow. That's the choice. It's that simple. So this is really a time to amplify and ask for more. Choose more of what you love. And if you don't love what you're seeing, pivot, shift, change, evolve, practice unconditional love. You are not at the whim of your thoughts. You are not at the whim of your emotions. And we're going to feel this coming in deeply. I might be at the whim of my crazy cat, though. It always terrifies me when he does that. So I lost my train of thought. Okay, we are going to be feeling the energy of a full moon in Pisces coming in at the beginning of next week. So I'll be coming in and talking about that full moon in a full moon forecast, but it is a full moon in Pisces. So when we come through the end of the week, so the week of September 13th, once we get to Friday, Saturday, we're going to start feeling that full moon. And it is the deep, watery depths of Pisces. Pisces, I am a Pisces, so I understand it. There's so much emotion, so much depth, so much unknown when it comes to the Pisces. So just be aware of that and make sure that you're creating space for yourself in that full moon. Go for a float, spend extra time in meditation. Don't pack yourself full with calls, doing, because you're going to need space to navigate some of the emotions that rise up during that full moon. So next weekend, we're definitely going to feel that energy of that deep Pisces full moon coming in. So just be aware of that. Nothing to fear. You are not at the whim of your emotions. If you don't like what you see and what you perceive, pivot, choose differently. That's your superpower as a human being. All right. Have an incredible, amazing day. I love and believe in you, and I see your power.